Did you have a nice day? Was it not too boring this time?
No, today is good.
Today was good. Great. All right. Well, Umut, we are just doing the very end of vegetarian conversation. It's just the last page, and then we're going to jump to vegan. So we're right at the bottom now. We're almost through these conversations. Okay. And
Which conversation?
we're doing the end of vegetarian conversation. We didn't quite finish. So I think Sinan said he wanted to read first.
Okay. Joe, yeah, that was a good first step. Christy, yeah, so I would say though, straw that broke camel's back was going out on a deep sea fishing trip with a friend. And I just went along for the ride, and he was fishing, reeled in this really big fish. It was flopping around, and someone came over and just grabbed it to death. And watching that act, someone killing a living creature, it just really disturbed me. And so from that point on, I thought, I am totally giving up seafood as well. I'm not gonna eat anything anymore that has been alive.
Great. So at the start, Joe says that was a good first step. What does the word step mean? S-T-E-P.
Good first. That was a good first step. Is a good starting.
A good starting. Yep, that's exactly what Joe means. What does the word step mean? Just step.
Step means eat, eating fish is
No.
a good start for being a vegetarian, isn't it?
Yes, that's what Joe means. Actually, there's a word for people who are vegetarian but eat fish. It's called pescatarian.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is a common thing. The idea is that fish actually had a nice life. They're swimming in the ocean and you just catch them. But cows and pigs, they live in these packed together. They have a horrible life. So do chickens. So that's why some people can be vegetarian but eat fish. But my question is, what does the word step mean? Just step.
Step means, for example, if you walk every, how can I say this is a step?
When you walk, yeah?
Yeah.
Every time you put one foot down, that's
Yes.
one step. Yeah, exactly. And a step is also one of stairs. Like this staircase has 3 steps. Each one is 1 step. That's the other time we use that. That's all I can think of. Okay. So, Kristen says, the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, what is straw?
So, is it similar to strawberry?
I think there's a relation, but it's a loose relation. It's very, very far.
Hmm.
Does anyone? Okay.
Now, there is written like this: the final incident that caused a big change.
Good. That's what the phrase means. Together. You're right.
Incident means
The final event.
event.
Yeah. Incident is usually negative, a negative event.
Hmm.
Yeah. But straw. Does anyone know straw? Metin?
Okay. The bunch of grains, how to say, an individual hay.
Good, yeah. I think hay and straw are actually different, but you're absolutely right. Hay is the one horses eat, and straw is the one horses sleep on. But it looks just like hay. They're long plants that turn yellow. And you use the top part to make bread. The top part
Grain.
makes bread, the rest of it is just straw. So, Sinan, do you understand?
No.
No?
No.
It's a plant.
Yes.
And it's like hay. Do you know hay?
Yes.
Yeah, you give horses hay to eat. Straw is a little more green color, and horses usually sleep on straw. But it looks like hay.
A dry grass.
Yeah, dry grass. Perfect. Good. So if you take one straw, is this very heavy?
Mhm.
Is it heavy?
No.
No.
No, it's very light, right? It's almost nothing. But it's
Comparing the load of a camel.
yes, exactly. But you put so much straw on the camel that when you put the one more piece, the tiny piece that weighs nothing, that's enough that the camel's back breaks. So it's the one tiny little extra thing that's nothing by itself, but it breaks the camel's back.
The marginal things.
Yeah. It's like I have a bowl of water. Okay? The bowl's very full of water. And I put one more tiny drop of water, and then it goes over the edges. That was the one little piece more it needed, so it won't fit in the bowl. Yeah. The one straw that breaks the camel's back.
It is the finite element in physics. Finite.
Feynman?
Finite element.
Finite. Yeah.
Finite. Okay.
Yeah, good. Just one little tiny extra thing. Yeah. Almost barely finite. Exactly. Okay, so Sinan, he says he was going on a deep sea fishing trip. What do you think that means?
Deep sea fishing trip means so deep sea like oceans. Deep sea fishing trips that trip that fishing there.
Good. Yeah, you're fishing where the water's really deep.
Yeah.
So usually in the deep water, they're looking for big fish. Very big fish are out there. Good. And what does this mean? I just went along for the ride.
I just went along for the ride. Ride means trip. Kristen just went along the trip.
Good. It means she just went for the boat trip. She didn't want to go fishing. She just wanted to go for riding in the boat. Yeah. Like my friends are, I don't know, doing lots of work, and I just went along for the ride. I'm in the car, but I'm not working. That's what it means. She's in the boat, but she's not fishing. Okay? All right. What does this mean? He reeled in. Any idea?
Reeled in means when fishing. If you get a fish on middle, then you have to reel it her rod.
Exactly, yeah. There's two parts to a fishing rod. There's the rod, the long part, and the reel, the part you turn. Great. It was just flopping around, like bouncing around everywhere. Yeah. And someone came over and clubbed it. What does that mean, clubbed it?
Came over and just clapped me to that. Someone came over and just clubbed me. Means beat.
Beat. Good. Beat it with a stick.
Hmm.
A club is a stick you use for hitting people or animals. So yeah, clubbing something is beating something with a stick. Okay? And watching that act, someone killing a living creature. What is a creature?
Creature means creature means an animal.
A creature, yeah, an animal that's real or that's imaginary. Like a dragon. You can say creature for a dragon.
Creature real.
No, creature is both. Real and not real. Yeah. Like the horse that can fly is Pegasus. Pegasus Airlines. You can call that creature. It's not a real animal. We can still use this word.
But I read a text about the yellow frogs, dangerous animals on of the world. They
Right.
talk about that creature.
But yes, creature is real and not real.
Real and not.
Yeah. Both are okay. Animal means real, but creature can mean both. Okay? And he says it really disturbed me. What does disturbed mean?
Disturbed me, Christian. Christian has feel bad. Her side.
Good, yeah. Disturbed means the same as bothered. Do we know bothered?
Yes.
Yeah. Bothered. It makes her upset to see that. Great. Okay, does anybody have a question about this conversation? That seems like a no. So we will move on to vegan conversation now. Umut. Yeah. Do you know what a vegan is?
I know it is a different story from, it is written like this. I don't know.
You don't know what vegan means?
I don't know.
Does anyone know?
Like vegetarian.
Yeah, it's like vegetarian. What's different? Anyone? No? Okay. Nihan?
Vegans don't need people wear coats from further of animals, maybe, and they don't want to use anything that are made from animals.
Good, yeah. I don't know about the clothes. You're probably right. But vegans, they don't eat eggs or cheese or milk or anything from an animal. So vegetarians, they will still eat cheese, eggs, milk, these things. Vegan, if it comes from an animal, they don't eat it. So it sounds absolutely horrible to me.
So maybe they don't use belt from leather.
Yes, maybe this is true. Yeah, leather, they kill the animals, right? Yeah,
And
so
also, vegan don't eat meat.
yes, vegans don't eat meat, same like vegetarians, but also they don't eat eggs, cheese, milk, everything from an animal.
Vegan is more than stupid than vegetarian.
Is more what?
More stupid.
More stupid, right?
Sorry.
That is that is something you could say, yes.
I think there is nobody in vegetarian or vegan there.
Yes, vegan, I don't know. It sounds like it would be horrible. Especially in Turkey. No yogurt? Come on. How could you live? I don't know. Okay, Umut, can you start reading, please?
Okay. Christine, you know, we've been talking about vegetarianism, but being a vegan is a whole different story. Joe, yeah, you are right. I mean, it's a totally different ball game, for sure. Christine, yeah, you've been one for a while now. Joe, yeah, I have. I mean, you know, it was a little more difficult when I first started. But, you know, at this point, I don't even have to think about it. It is just second nature.
Okay, we can go from there. So we were talking about vegetarianism, but you weren't here. So what does vegetarianism mean?
Yes, vegetarianism is people who don't eat any animals meal.
Good, yeah. But that ISM, vegetarianism, what does that mean? Ism.
I don't know.
You don't know? It's their philosophy, the way they think.
Okay.
Vegetarian thinking. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
good. But being a vegan is a whole different story. What does that mean?
Vegan is have a different philosophy.
Good, yeah. Whole different story just means completely different.
Yeah.
We usually say it with things like this, where maybe they look very close, and you're like, no, they're not close, they're very far. Yeah, great. And then Joe says, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's a totally different ball game. What does a ball game mean?
Yes, I think like football is a ball game, basketball also ball game, but they are their sharing point, same point is only the ball.
Good, yeah, it's a game with a ball in it. You're right. I think it means baseball the most often, but it's definitely okay for basketball and football. Sure. So what does this mean? A totally different ball game.
Yes, it is. When you look from far, you might think it is same, but it is completely different.
Good, yeah. So just like the last one, actually.
Okay.
Good. So Kristen says, yeah, you've been one for a while now. What does that mean, for a while now?
Yes, you have been experiencing is for a long time.
For a long time. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
For a while now, it's a bit weaker than for a long time.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But you're right. That's the best way to rephrase it, I think.
Mhm, mhm.
And then at the end, Joe says, I don't even have to think about it. It's just second nature.
Mhm.
What does that mean?
You know, without thinking on it, he choose with his instinct.
Good. That's what it normally means. You're right. Yeah, like riding a bicycle is just second nature. I don't have to think about pushing the pedals and how I'm steering. I just think where I'm going and my body does the rest. So, I wouldn't use it for being a vegan, but you're right. He means he doesn't think about which foods he's choosing.
Okay.
He just does it, yeah. And what does nature mean?
Yes. Nature is how to explain? For instance, drinking water is our nature. You know,
Oh, human nature.
human nature. Huh?
Good. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's just human nature. It's the nature of the animal, for example.
Mhm.
We use it that way. Good. But yeah, nature just means like the world that plants and animals live in.
Okay.
Not cities, not the opposite of nature or natural is like artificial. Lettuce is natural, computers are artificial.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah. Great. Okay, Metin,
Yeah.
you ready?
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, you know, Chris, that you met just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, yeah. I know who you are talking about. He's he's the first vegan that I ever met. I actually met him right after I graduated from college. I still wasn't even a vegetarian, and he was already a vegan at that point. Did you even like know what a vegan diet entailed at that point?
Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
cool. So, first of all, what does imagine mean at the top?
Imagine. Guess here.
Yeah, here it's
Yes.
guess. What does it
Guess
usually?
or imagine usually uh, you draw something, the outline of something in your mind. It's your plan or desires in your mind.
Good. Yeah. What is your imagination?
Imagination is the power of imagining.
Yeah. Imagine you're creating new things that aren't real.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's different than thinking. It's making new things, right? Good. And what does this mean? Kristen says, well, you know, Chris, that you met a couple of weeks ago.
No problem. Okay, because that you met just a couple of weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Good. What does the whole sentence mean?
Okay. Well, you know, Chris, that you met just. Okay. I I can think about Chris. You already met with him, by the way, 2 weeks ago. Something like
Good. Yeah, like, do you remember Chris?
yeah.
Yeah. Great. And then she says, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Means I do remember him.
Mhm.
Great. He's already a vegan at that point. Okay, what does point mean in this sentence?
Uh, 2 weeks ago. No. Graduated from college. Okay. When Kristen and Chris, and when Kristen and Chris were have been graduated from the college, Kristen was not a vegetarian, but Chris was already a vegan. So point this graduation year or graduation month, something like
Good. Yeah, point means time.
that. Time. Yes.
That's, yeah. Good. And then Joe says, know what a vegan diet entailed. What does diet mean?
Diet. Okay. The list of that you eat. Your the things that you eat.
Perfect. Good. What does it mean if you go on a diet?
So deciding to change your eating habits and planning a new one.
Good.
Something like that.
Yeah, and how is the new one different?
In this conversation,
If you go on a diet.
okay, if you go on a diet, could you repeat, please? Your question.
Okay. Well, when you say go on a diet, it
Mhm.
means you change the food you eat so they're more healthy.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
You become more healthy. That was what I was asking about. Okay. And what does the word after mean? Entailed.
Tail in tail. Okay. Started, maybe here.
Started?
Started.
It's not started. Can anyone else guess?
Cows?
Call?
Cows.
Cause.
Cows.
Kind of. It means what is involved. What everything is involved in a vegan diet. What it's like. What's involved in doing it. What the process is. What the rules are. What you have to do. Like that. Okay. Nihan, can you read next?
Christine, yeah, it's hard for me to think back that far, but probably not. I probably learned about it through him. Joe, yeah, because I don't think there. It was something that was very popular. Christine, no. Joe, at that time, Christine, no, it wasn't. I will say though that there were actually there were two vegetarian restaurants in Athens where I was going to the college. And of course, Athens being like San Francisco, a lot of restaurants had vegetarian options. But shortly after meeting Chris, there was a vegan restaurant that actually popped up.
Okay. There's not much in here, is there? Okay. Near the end, Kristen says a lot of the restaurants had vegetarian options. What are options?
Options? You can choose some things called options.
Yeah, choice.
Chance of
Great.
choice. Choice, yes.
Good. And then she says that actually popped up. What does that mean?
Popped up. Newly opened.
Newly opened. Good. That's what it means here. Great. Maybe you can read a bit more because there wasn't much in there.
Joe, oh yeah, Kristen, yeah, it didn't stay very long. But just the fact that one actually came to Athens was pretty surprising. Joe, there wasn't enough interest. Kristen, I guess not. Joe, yeah, Kristen, actually though, I didn't even think the food was that good. Joe, yeah, okay. Well, that's even worse cause than people who actually go in there, who aren't interested in becoming a vegetarian, get turned off even more to the idea.
Great. Okay. So where is Athens?
Athens, Athens in Greek.
Greece. Yeah, the capital of Greece.
Greece, yes.
Good. But here I think they're talking about a city in the United States. Sometimes
Some
cities in Canada and the United States have the same names as old cities in Europe. Because I don't think he was in Greece. Okay, and then Joe says there wasn't enough interest. What does interest mean?
there wasn't enough interest. People don't have aren't interested in vegan restaurants.
Perfect, yeah. What else does interest mean?
Interests, interests. I like reading books and listening to music, etc. They are my interests.
Good. So that's still interested. What about at a bank? What is interest?
What?
At a bank.
At a bank. I can't understand. Sorry.
There's another meaning of the word interest. It has to do with banks.
Interest. Yes, interest. Okay, I know it. When you put your money into the bank every month or every 6 months, which you choose, you get some extra money bonus, and it's called interest.
Perfect, good. And then at the end, Joe says people who aren't interested in becoming vegetarian get turned off. What does that mean?
Turned off. They don't like vegan restaurants. They are closed to this idea.
Good, yeah.
Being vegan, closed, turn off. They aren't interested in being vegans and eating vegan foods, vegan restaurants. They are closed to this idea.
Perfect. Good. Okay, Sinan, are you ready?
Yes. Kristen, yeah, that, and I think it was just kind of a little pretentious, which doesn't go over very well in a college town. Joe, no, you are right. Well, I mean, I remember when I first made the switch over to begin a vegan, I didn't do it. Just I didn't go cold turkey. I mean, I was dating someone who decided that she wanted to cut dairy out of her diet. So, because we were both vegetarians already and we ate together pretty much every night. So I found that I wasn't really eating much dairy at all to begin with. So I thought, well, maybe now's the time to give it a shot. Let's see how it goes. So I decided I was gonna do it for a week or two. And after about, maybe 5 days, I decided I really wasn't missing to diary. So I made the decision to just, turn over a new leaf and decided I'm not gonna eat dairy anymore.
Great. Okay. So at the top, Kristen says, it's just kind of a little pretentious. What is pretentious?
I just, it was just kind of a little pretentious. Means it's not uh, totally real. It's like a little imitate.
Imitating?
Uh, imitate. Yes, imitated.
Kind of, yeah. Pretentious is usually like bourgeois. I think bourgeois is the same in Turkish, isn't it? Bourgeois?
Yes.
Yeah. Like I'm really high class and you're really low class. I'm acting pretentious.
Hmm.
I'm rich, I have money, I like nice things. You guys are low down here. You don't understand.
Hmm.
That's like pretentious behavior.
Not related to pretend directly.
Yeah, not like pretend. No.
Hmm.
I understand. Yeah. It's like snobby.
Hmm.
Okay. And then she says it doesn't go over very well.
Hmm.
What does that
Uh,
mean?
Doesn't go over very well. Means isn't popular.
It isn't well received.
Hmm.
People's reaction to that isn't good. They don't like it. Yeah, it isn't popular. It's good. Good. So why does being pretentious not go over very well in a college town?
Little pretentious. I don't know.
Why would being pretentious not be good in a college town, like a university town?
Because maybe he was rich. Or
Does anyone know what he means?
Students always eat hamburgers, potato chips, etc. So this behavior doesn't like pretentious behavior, students' behavior, college students' behavior, maybe.
Good. If you open a restaurant that is like for really rich people, it's not good for students because usually they have no money.
Yeah.
That's what he means. Yeah. If you act like this is for very rich, high-class people, students are not liking that because they can't go. Okay, Sinan? She says, when I first made the switch over to being a vegan, what does switch mean?
which means being a vegetarian action. Switch mean getting a position to the other position,
Yeah, changing.
changing.
Good. What is this called on the wall that turns the lights on and off?
Uh, Sorry, one more again.
On the wall, I press a button to turn the lights off.
Yes,
What is that called?
switch.
Yeah, light switch. Okay. And what does this mean? Go cold turkey.
There is written quit suddenly and totally, but I don't understand. What is
Yeah,
Is it
if you go
about
cold,
Thanksgiving Day, Christians cooked it? turkey?
this is one that I'm sorry, I have no idea where this phrase came from.
Hmm.
Lots of times you use it for people who have drug addictions. Because sometimes they try and quit slowly, but if you quit one day completely, done, then you say you went cold. You go cold turkey. You don't try and make it smaller, 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 and then quit. You're just done. No more. Not one more time. Nothing. That's cold turkey. Okay. And yeah, I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. Why it's cold turkey. I have no idea. Now, Sinan, what is dairy?
Dairy, is it an pill for related sugar?
It's not
No,
sugar.
no. Dairy. Dairy. I couldn't remember.
Umut, do you know dairy?
Dairy, to take notes, huh?
Oh, that's a diary.
Diary, okay.
Yeah. Nihat, do you know dairy?
Dairy. Things related to milk.
Perfect. Yeah. Everything from milk. So that's milk, yogurt, cheese. Is there something else? Mostly milk, yogurt, cheese. That's all dairy.
Kefir. Demekse.
Yeah, everything from milk. So she cut dairy out of her diet. She stopped eating dairy. Okay. Maybe it's time to, here we go, to give it a shot. What does give it a shot mean?
To try it.
Yeah, try. Exactly. She says, I decided I really wasn't missing the dairy. I don't think that's difficult. So I made the decision to turn over a new leaf. What is a leaf? Sinan?
Leaf. Leaf. Is it? I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah.
Does someone know leaf?
Leaves. Singular form of leaves.
And what are leaves?
Leaf is one leaf. A piece of notebook.
That's a sheet. Yeah, sometimes people say leaf for that. Usually
Turn
it's
over
sheet.
a leaf. A clear leaf, maybe. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I try to estimate. I mean,
Good, you're right. Yeah, turn over a new page with nothing on it.
page. Yes.
Usually we say sheet for paper, S-H-E-E-T, a sheet of paper. But you can say leaf.
Leaf.
Sometimes people say leaf.
Three leaf.
Yeah.
Three leaf.
Good.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. A leaf is what's on a tree, the green things. There's thousands of them. Good. So turn over a new leaf, start a new thing, basically. Okay, Umut?
Christine, oh, interesting. Joe, yeah, it went really well. You know, one of the things that I found most interesting, Christine, what? Joe, when you tell somebody that you have a vegan diet, especially if they are not a vegetarian already, the first thing they say is, well, what do you eat? Christine, right. Joe, and you know what I realized? The reason they say that is because they look at their own diet. They remove all the meat. They remove all the dairy, and then they look at what's left, and they see there is really nothing else left for them.
Okay. There's not much in here. Can you tell me what Joe meant with the last thing he said? What does he mean?
What?
With,
What does Joe mean? What is Joe saying?
Hmm.
Mhm. Yes, when they, I think it's clear, when they stop eating meat and dairy, they think nothing left to them to eat.
They think about what they eat now,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
there's no food left. Yeah.
Yes, they think there is no any alternatives to.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Can you read a bit more?
Christine, yeah, Joe, they don't consider what else there is to eat. They only consider what. Christine, yeah, Joe, there is to eat that they currently eat that isn't meat or dairy. Christine, right, right.
Yeah. One more.
Joe, yeah, so, but now, about you, I mean you are in a diet or you weren't doing the vegan diet all that long when we first met. Sorry.
All right. So Joe says they don't consider. What does consider mean?
Thinking.
Think about the option.
Yes, think about the option. Yeah.
Like, think about it like it's an option.
Yeah.
Give it a fair thought. Yeah.
Mhm.
And what does currently mean?
At this time.
Perfect. Good. Then Joe says, yeah, so, but how about you? What does that mean?
About you.
Yeah. Okay. So there's still not much in there, but we'll move on now. I think that was all very easy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Metin.
Okay. No, I wasn't. In fact, I think that AG at one point had decided that he wanted to become a vegan, and so that started making me think. Considering that the reason why he was thinking about it, but at the same time thinking, I love cheese, I love dairy way too much. I mean, I gave up seafood. That was enough. I'm not giving up dairy. Yeah,
Dairy.
but then dairy.
Then,
Okay, but then actually going and living in Korea, mm, and Japan for a short time, Thailand for 2.5 years, and the dairy is pretty non-existing in those diets. I did give up. I did give it up for those times, and so when I would come back to America, I would think, I could do it. I did it for the amount, the stints that I was there. I can do it there. But I would find myself going right back into eating cheese and drinking milk and
okay. So again, there's almost nothing in here, I think. In at the end here, Kristen says, and the dairy is pretty non-existent. What does that mean? Non-existent.
non-existent in those. Uh, they are not in it.
Yeah, they don't eat it.
They don't include, and you know the dairy is pretty nice in those days. Okay, the foods in Korea, Japan, and Thailand. It is not possible to apply a vegan diet, something like that.
It means they don't eat dairy.
They don't eat dairy.
Yeah, dairy is non-existent in those diets. They don't
Mhm.
eat dairy at all.
Mhm.
That's what it means. What does non-existent mean by itself?
Not included here.
But just generally, what does exist mean?
Exist, okay. Something. If there is a reality, and if something is being in a place, if can we see, if can we touch, if can we realize that it is exist. If we don't, doesn't exist.
Good, yeah. What is something that doesn't exist?
Okay. It is in your, in our mind. How to say? For example, aliens, dragon,
Dragons, good.
dragons, something like that.
Good. Aliens maybe exist.
Yes, we don't have enough clues about that.
Yeah. Statistically, aliens should exist. That's what science says. Yeah. Okay, and what does this mean? The stints that I was there. The stints.
Where I just try to find stints, the stints that I was there. No guess.
Nope.
No.
Anyone want to guess? No? A stint is just a period of time. For those periods of time that I was there, that's what it means.
So it is used in plural form in general. In general, stints or stint also.
Yeah, usually in plural. It's not very common either way.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Nihan, can you read?
Yeah, that seems to be the nemesis.
Nemesis.
Nemesis. Yeah, that seems to be nemesis of anyone going vegan. Because especially if you started out as a vegetarian, vegetarians like cheese, is what I have found. So it's Christine. Oh my God, for me it was Joe. To suddenly give it up is difficult, Christine. For me it was cheese, yogurt, sour cream. Uh, Joe. Oh, you see, I've never liked sour cream. Christine, oh, I loved it, Joe, but I always did like cheese. You know, I loved brie and baguette and brie and crackers. Christine, yeah, Joe, but you know, there is non-dairy cheeses out there as well that you know taste pretty good, and they are really a good substitute.
Good. Okay. Now we finally have a little bit to work with. Good. What do you think nemesis means?
Nemesis, sebep, reason, reasons.
No. Does anyone know Nemesis?
Nemesis is a goddess, a Greek goddess.
Is it? Oh. Do you know what the word means?
Uh, Something related with anger or something to how say something related with punishment, like that.
You're close. A nemesis is your enemy.
Enemy.
And it's usually a very strong enemy. Sometimes we say your arch nemesis or your arch rival. So that's like the one enemy. Superman is always fighting Lex Luthor. That's his arch nemesis. They're always the two fighting each other. So this is what it means. You're a very strong enemy. Okay. And then we have cheese, yogurt. Sour cream is something that... do you guys know sour cream? It kind of tastes like yogurt. It's a little bit different. They use it in Mexican food a lot, in burritos and things. It looks a lot like yogurt. It tastes a little bit different, like a bit more sour. But it's just a food that's common in North America. Okay, Nihan, do you know what brie is?
No.
No?
No.
Can you guess?
Milk. Brie, bucket, and brie and crackers. Oh, I don't know. I know. No.
Brie is cheese. Brie is a type of cheese. I think it's from France.
Yes, French cheese.
It's French cheese. Okay, good.
Wonderful cheese.
Good, yeah. I was worried. I have a French guest in my house, so I didn't want to say the wrong country. What is a baguette? Nihan, do you know?
No.
Baguette is bread. Again, it's a French word. So cheese and bread, cheese and crackers. Okay, and what do you think this means, non-dairy cheeses? Nihan. Non-dairy cheeses.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to take notes. Sorry, I don't know.
Can someone help?
Fake cheese.
Fake cheese.
Yeah.
Good. So it's cheese that doesn't have what?
Milk.
Milk. Yeah. Nothing from a cow. Good. And last question for Nihan. At the end it says a really good substitute. What does substitute mean?
Material.
Material?
Substitute. Substitute. I don't know.
No. Does someone know? Mete?
Alternative. Alternative.
Yeah, good. It means when you change one thing for another.
Alternative, yes.
Yeah. Like if I was not here, but you had a different teacher tomorrow, that would be a substitute teacher. They're changing for me, just for one day. Yeah. But I'll be here tomorrow, don't worry. Okay, Sinan, your turn.
Yes. Kristen, yeah. Well, I have been vegan now for just about a year, and when I met you, it had been about 4 months only at that point, and I thought I was in over my head. I mean, it was really tough at first. though at first. In fact, I don't know that I would still be doing it if I hadn't met you.
It's tough. You were right the first time.
Tough,
Tough. Yeah.
tough.
Good.
Simply because you opened me up to a lot of restaurants here in the Mission, where I am now living with you, that have a lot of vegan options. I didn't have that available to me downtown where I used to live. Plus, you cook, I didn't cook, so you are teaching me how to cook vegan. I was eating mostly live. When I wasn't eating out at restaurants, I was just making maybe rice and then having avocado and nuts and salad. And that was my main staple, pretty much. And even when I was eating out, I thought that I could go to a Mexican restaurant and just tell them no cheese and that I was safe. But come to find out, I was getting guacamole a lot of times with sour cream. Joe,
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. Joe, suffice to say, I was really glad to meet you as well. And one reason was that it was great to finally meet someone who was on the same page as me as far as diets go. Christy, yeah, I agree.
Great. Okay. Now I want to ask. See, Sinan, you have the sheet there, but I want to ask the others if they remember what "in over my head" means, because we talked about this before. Does
Really?
anyone remember?
In over my head, I have this information about it.
It means you have information.
I don't know.
Does anyone remember?
No,
No. Okay. Sinan, what does it mean?
I thought it was in over my head.
Ah. Okay.
Nihan, what does it mean?
I can do that with my brain's strength.
You can do it.
I can do it.
I thought I was in over my head. Being in a difficult situation.
Good. Yeah, it means like overwhelmed. We know the word overwhelmed. Yeah. It's like you're in a situation you don't think you can control. It's too much for you. And it's like when you're in the water, if it's here, that's okay. But if it goes over your head, that's a problem. Especially if you don't know how to swim. So it's talking about being in the water. Okay. It was really tough at first. We've talked about tough a few times. It means really hard or really strong. Right? And here it means difficult. And then simply because you opened me up to a lot of restaurants here in the Mission, they keep putting this one in bold. And it's an area in San Francisco, right, Sinan?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could begin. Do you know what avocado is?
Yes. Is it
Is
free?
it? Yeah, it's a fruit. What color is it?
I think green.
Green. Did you ever eat avocado?
Yes. And also, I make sushi. Not sushi, Turkish sushi
Oh, okay. With avocado.
with avocado also.
Oh, that sounds good. Maybe you can send me the recipe.
Okay.
Okay. Good. And now he says that was my main staple. Do you know what a staple is?
I don't know.
No? Does anyone know? No. Usually the staple of your diet is something like rice or potatoes, or bread. It's the part that most of your meals are built around. The thing that you eat the most to get full. So staples could be rice, beans, bread, potatoes, things like this. You could build many meals around them.
Main food.
Yeah. So my main staple is, what does it mean?
Avocado, rice. Rice was her main staple. Main food.
Yeah, the main staple means the most important staple. Good. And Sinan, do you know what guacamole is?
No.
Has anyone heard of guacamole? No. It's a sauce from Latin America, like Mexico, I think, made with avocados. People eat guacamole with potato chips sometimes. It's very tasty.
Is it written in the paragraph? I can see it.
At the very bottom of the enormous section Kristen says, it's on the last line. Guacamole.
Guacamole.
Yeah. Okay, and Sinan, what does suffice mean? Or Joe says, well, you know, suffice to say.
I don't know, Julie.
You don't know? Do you know sufficient?
Sufficient. Yes, I've heard it. But
Sufficient, insufficient.
What does it mean if I have sufficient water?
I have no idea.
Don't know? Nihan?
Enough.
Enough. Yeah. Sufficient is enough. Insufficient, not enough. If I am camping and I have insufficient water, I would die. I don't have enough water to live. Yeah. Good. So suffice to say means it's enough to say this. I've said what I want to say. I don't need more words. It's a bit of an expression. Okay. And then she says, finally meet someone who was on the same page. I think we talked about this as well. What does that mean?
Being in same ideas.
Having the same ideas. Yeah, talking about the same thing. Perfect. Good. Okay, and we're at the end, guys. So that'll be it for today. Are there any questions about this? No? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna finish, but I'll tell you a story tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I promised Sinan I would do it today, but I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Okay?
Promise.
Okay, I promise.
Okay.
I will tell you a story if you come to class on time.
Okay. Real story.
A real story, sure.
Yeah, but I would like to ask to Umut. Umut, could you please give me your email address? I want to ask you some question about the windmill.
Okay, okay. Do you want me to send you with WhatsApp?
WhatsApp, maybe. But
Okay.
you can say your email address. I write it now.